Well, welcome back everyone. Another lovely warm day, but overcast as you can see behind us, but still a very warm day. Sun does get out. I'm going to make videos, but to save all the editing and processing, these are going to be very short. I'm going to concentrate on one thing only. I'll go through everything, but concentrate on one thing only. Hopefully give you a bit more information than just going around everywhere and saying, oh, this is coming along nicely, this is coming along nicely, and not really knowing what's going on. So I'm going to make not necessarily shorter videos, but concentrate on things a bit more to help myself and anyone else who's watching these videos. So my first one is going to be my potatoes, because they are absolutely flying away now. I started them, both my main crop and my earlies, on around about mid-March. I chitted them. I got them around about beginning of February. I chitted them for about a month. They came on really nice. And then the decent weather started coming. There was still the threat of frosts, but and this is my opinion, if you get them in the ground and you cover them, they can survive a bit of frost. It's only when the tender shoots come up above the ground and they get hammered by the frost, that's when they can die off, or at least get very set back in its development. So I decided to put them in, give them an early start as possible, because I got two varieties, Crystal and Pearl were my first earlies, and I got some King Edwards for my main crop. So I chitted them. I've done them both, or all three varieties, at the same time. I put them in. Obviously some grow quicker than others, as you'll see when I show you them. As I said, they have gone wild now. Putting them in early has certainly brought them on. About another month and maybe a bit longer, a little bit, and they'll be ready. The first earlies certainly will be ready to harvest, or begin to harvest them. So yeah, let's have a little look at them. Right, I've had to stand right back, otherwise you wouldn't see all the pots. These are not all the pots, it's most of them. There are 30, if you look down that one, there are 30 litre plastic, hard plastic containers, which I used last year with great success, so I'm using them again. And there's also, I'll come round to this one, it's easier to see. I've used them this year, potato grown bags, and they can hold around about 50 to 60 litres, but I've only half filled them to about 30. But as you can see, it likes it in there and it likes it in the container as well. So that's a couple, but these are the ones I started at the very first time back in March, and they are absolutely romping away. That fence is about 5'8", something like that, and they're nearly at the top of it. They are absolutely romping away, all looking really healthy I should say. As you can see, there's there. So I've got 16, I've got about 18 containers there, either the weed ones that I've showed you, or the plastic ones, and yeah, all green, all healthy. Hopefully we will not have any more frosts now. We should have had the last one last month, but it was about 3 weeks ago we had hailstone in May. It's absolutely weird the weather we're getting nowadays. So yeah, I put them in, took a chance, and I'm reaping the rewards. As I say, another month, I think around about then, month to 2 months, I'll sort of poke a few fingers in some pots to see how the potatoes are developing. But by this, I think I'm going to be in for a good harvest this year. That is if top growth means a lot of energy, and that has got to be put into the potatoes and not being used up to produce the green growth, if you get me meaning. But I'm hoping it's the former and not the latter, because that means I'm going to get a really good harvest this year. And the other day I was just tidying things around, and then I came across this fella, which is a canny size for me. That's my hand there, so it's bigger than a handful, but yeah, it's absolutely lovely white bit of cauliflower, and I don't want to go this to waste, so I'm going to harvest this, and it's the 29th of May. I don't know if that is one of the earliest dates anyone has harvested a cauliflower, but yeah, first for me, so early on in the year, and I've got my first cauliflower, and it's absolutely looking gorgeous. But I wanted to share you this moment with you, so hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so that was me potatoes. As I say, Crystal, Pearl are the two earlies, and the King Edwards is me main crop, all coming along really nicely. All I'm doing is now trying to give them as much sunlight as possible. They're under a tree, but there's not much, the tree behind us there's not much of a canopy, so it's not restricting the light very much. But I'm using some just potato feed I think it's about every fortnight to 3 weeks. I'm giving them a bit of a feed almost every day at the moment. With the weather being so warm, I'm watering them, giving them a good soak and let them go a day or two to dry out and not get waterlogged. And yeah, everything is good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I think the next one I'll do will be my tomatoes, and I'll show you how they're coming along, because they're doing rather well as well. So until then, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time in my pot garden.